We are going for our goals. We're going for the life we want. We're going for the job we want. We're going for the career we want. We're going for our purpose in life, and we are not going to let imposter syndrome get in our way. Here's how.
'Cause you got me face down, and don't take this personal.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel, Simply Kee Samone. If you are new here, I want to say welcome, and if you're returning, I want to say welcome back. Here on my channel, I make videos all about love, locks, and lifestyle, and today we are going to be jumping into a topic that I feel like a lot of people in my age range right now, you know, we're heading into our 30s. We want to elevate in life, and we keep hitting these mental brick walls. And it's called imposter syndrome. I want to share with you some tips and just some things that I have learned on how to get past that. So if this topic resonates with you and you feel like you've been experiencing this lately, then be sure to get out your notes, get out a pen and paper, get out your phone, grab you something to drink, get comfy, and let's just dive right into today's video. Okay, beautiful people. So imposter syndrome. Oh my goodness, imposter syndrome. One of our worst enemies. And honestly, it's our own enemy. It's something that we battle with internally and mentally, and it's thoughts and emotions and feelings that we unknowingly curate within ourselves. And it's honestly very much so beatable. It's something that I have definitely felt in the past. I still feel it to this day, but there are just some things that I have to consciously remind myself of and consciously tell myself, because when you're elevating, when you're growing, and when you are becoming the person that you truly want to be in that place that you truly see yourself in life, there are going to be times where you feel like that this is just not for you. And it's a completely understandable feeling. And when I tell you, once you put into perspective some of the things that I am going to share with you today, it's really going to open up your mind. Well, I hope it's going to open up your mind and just help you to get past that. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing when it comes to imposter syndrome is you really have to sit down and figure out the root of where these feelings are coming from, where these feelings and thoughts are coming from. There's always a root cause. You don't just wake up one day when you're striving for something or you're growing to something, or it's something that you really want to do. You don't just wake up one day and be like, yeah, you know, I don't really think that this is for me, and I don't even know if I should really be doing this. What is the root cause of where this is coming from? In my own personal experience, I have found that some things probably come from childhood or come from, you know, when you're a teenager or when you're growing up. Those very pivotal years in life, like your early, mid, late teens, early 20s, is when you kind of discover, and you're like a sponge. You're discovering yourself and you run into things that seem like roadblocks, or either you don't have the support you need, or you don't necessarily have maybe like the group of people behind you that are cheering you on and just supporting each and everything that you do. These things you start to internalize and you start to believe those things. If you don't have someone like an accountability partner, or if you don't have like that educator that was in your corner, or a parent or a family member or a best friend or a partner that was really cheering you on, sometimes you really do feel like maybe it's not for me. Maybe this is something that is out of my reach, or maybe this is something that I could never attain. So why am I even going after it? That's one of the main things that I had to do, was figure out what was the root cause of these feelings to begin with, because no one physically told me or came out and said, yeah, this is not for you. I don't even know what you're doing. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, I can use starting my YouTube channel, for example. No one ever sat me down and told me like, yeah, this ain't for you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you got going on, but baby, that ain't it. No one ever told me that. So where did these thoughts come from? Once you get to the root of any issue in your life, that's when you can start to unravel it, unpackage it, and take it on layer by layer. That is one thing I feel like that is going to help to break down those thoughts. And once you understand where it is that it's coming from, it's going to help you get past it and tackle it even farther. Once you discover that root cause of where these feelings are coming from, you really want to sit down and take the time out to ask yourself, why do I feel like I do not deserve this thing, this situation, this job, or why do I feel like I do not deserve to be this person? Once you have that root cause in mind, you can then begin to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What is something that I see within myself, or what is something that I realize within myself that makes me unworthy to have this thing, or makes me unworthy to be in this position or this space in life? For example, I was in the military for 8 years, and I went to a training called ALC. So this is the training that you go to when you want to go from being an E5 to an E6, a sergeant to a staff sergeant. So I told myself before I went to school, I told my wife, and I just put this thought into my mind, like, I will not leave this school without some type of award. I want to be in a leadership role. I want to earn points to make sure that I get promoted after school, and I'm not leaving here without something. It came time to where they were doing, I guess, like a round robin board for student first sergeant. And I'm sorry if you're not familiar with any military terms, but just know that I was going against my peers for the highest leadership role that you could have in this school or in this training. So I want to say it was maybe like 10 of us, or maybe even 8 of us. And we sat on a round robin of board of our superiors, and they were just shooting us questions. And I don't really think that it was the fact that, we had to know a certain thing or answer in a certain type of way. I really think it was something about presence and persona and how you were speaking. But anywho, long story short, out of that round robin of people, I was the one who was selected to be the student first sergeant of the entire ALC Academy. And I will tell you, although I was very excited, I was like, hold up, wait. And now that I actually got chose, like, I actually have to fill this role. This was a Friday afternoon, and I literally went back to my sister's apartment because that's who I was staying with at the time while I was away at this school. And I had the worst anxiety that whole weekend. Yes, I was excited. Yes, I knew that this would be a big accomplishment, and I knew this was something that I could be proud of once I finished the school. But I literally immediately started doubting myself and started doubting what I could bring to the role and how I would be successful in this role. I really had to ask myself, why do you feel like that you're not good enough to be in this role? Everyone on the board voted for you. You went in there, you showed up, you showed out. So why was it that I was still feeling this way? You really have to ask yourself, sit down and ask yourself, give yourself actual evidence as to why you feel like you don't deserve to be in that position. Leading into my next tip on how to get over and get across imposter syndrome is acknowledging and validating yourself. In that very situation, I had to acknowledge that I put in the work, that I put myself out there, and I did the best that I could. And once I got to that point of being elected and being chosen, I had to validate that that was good enough. I had to validate within myself that I was good enough to take on that role. Not because someone else told me that, yes, we're going to choose Sergeant Dunn and she is going to, be the first sergeant of this academy. I had to know within myself and validate within myself, no matter what everyone else was telling me, congratulating me, and giving me these accolades, I had to find that validation within myself. And that's one thing that I think is really, really difficult at times, is being able to take away the external validation and solely lean on internal validation. That's something that I've struggled with. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you, if you're watching this video, you've struggled with internal validation as well. It doesn't matter what anybody else says to you. It ultimately matters how you feel about yourself. And if you are unable to validate yourself and tell yourself, yes, I deserve this. Yes, I deserve to be in this space. Yes, I deserve to win. Yes, I deserve to be successful. If you can't sit back and tell yourself that, imposter syndrome will get the best of you every single time. One really, really good exercise to do to be able to, just validate everything that you've done. Get a piece of paper Write down all of the things that you've done in preparation to get to this point. And then write down all of the things that you feel like you haven't done to get to this point. I promise you, you are going to look at both lists and you are going to see like, dang, I really did do all that. Because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves who we are and what we've done to get to this point and why we deserve to be here. Once you sit down and look at both of those lists, you're really going to start to think to yourself like, yeah, you know what? I really did do that. Like once I sit back and I be like, dang, I did this PT test. Like, I've been a motivational peer in class and, I've just, whatever it is, whatever the situation, once you sit down and you see physical evidence of what it is that you've done and what it is that you've accomplished and why you were able to get into this role in this position, whatever that may be, you'll begin to remember and remind yourself, yes, I do deserve to be here. Yes, I do deserve the title. Yes, I do deserve that job. Yes, I do deserve the lifestyle. Yes, I do deserve whatever it is that you're striving for. Whatever it is that you've been feeling like imposter syndrome has been getting the best of you at. The next thing that you want to do is remember your end goal. Remembering the end goal is like that one little reminder in your head that you really have to remind yourself of daily. If you don't remember why you started to do something, if you don't remember, what it is that drove you to strive for this thing in the first place, you are going to lose sight of what your goal truly is. I had to tell myself while I was in this leadership position that my end goal was to be able to graduate, get awards, get points, ultimately so that I could get promoted. Once I reminded myself of that following week and the following weeks that I was in that school, in that leadership position, in my courses, in my training, I reminded myself every single day, this is why you're doing this, okay? This step or this point in the process is not going to last forever. And once you overcome this, you can elevate to the next step. That is something that I truly, truly, truly had to remember and remind myself. I don't care what anybody else is thinking of me. I don't care if anybody else thinks that I deserve to be in this position. As long as I validated myself and acknowledged the work that I've done to get here, that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters. Let that be the motivation to keep moving forward to your end goal. One thing that I've really been telling myself is that I don't want to get to a certain age in life or get to a certain point in life or, just wake up one day and look back and wish that I took advantage of the things that I really wanted and the things that I saw for myself. I don't want to regret anything. Life is very, very short, and the gifts that God blesses us with, the talent that God blesses us with, the good things that we attract in life, you don't ever want to take those things for granted. You want to live your life to the fullest. Whatever your purpose is, continue to strive for that. Imposter syndrome is a temporary feeling, and it is a feeling that is made up of false narratives that you have in your mind, limiting beliefs that you have in your mind that you've created of yourself. Other people's opinions and other things outside of you don't really matter. You have to remember why you started the thing and what it's going to take for you to keep going. So let's go over the tips and the steps one more time from the top. First, you have to figure out the root cause of these feelings and where it's coming from. Second, you really do have to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel as if I don't deserve this thing? Or why do I feel as though I don't deserve to be this person? Third, acknowledge and validate yourself. Validate the work that you put in. Validate the steps that it's taking you to get here. Validate that you're fully qualified to do whatever it is that you want to do. And fourth, remember your end goal. Remember why you started. Ultimately, where it is that you want to end up, where it is that you want this journey to take you in life. That is what's going to motivate you every day to keep going and pushing past that feeling, pushing past those limiting beliefs and getting you to your ultimate goal. Okay, beautiful people. So that about wraps up my tips and just what I think about imposter syndrome and how you can get over it, how you can get past it, and how you can continue to just strive for all of your goals, shoot for your dreams, because I know I am. And I thank you so much for sharing space with me today. I hope that I was able to share something with you that could help you. If you know someone who may need this video, please share it with them. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post bell notifications so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And also do not forget to slide on over to Instagram and follow me there at _Kee Samone. And yes, thank you so much again for sharing space with me, beautiful people, and I will just see you all in the next one.
I don't need you.